Manson Island, but we were only there for a very short time. And actually, there was still fighting going on in Okinawa, but very slightly. Then after that, we left there and we went to Japan. In Japan, well then I joined 11th Airborne, 11th Airborne Parachute Division, and we got sent up to a place called Sendai. And I went through parachute training and be a paratrooper.
I seem to recall a story about people jumping out of airplanes and trying to land on haystacks that were frozen or something.
Yeah, that happened.
What happened there?
Well, we moved up north of Japan, and well, the guys forgot all the training. I guess somebody should have told them, stay away from those haystacks because they would be frozen. But they would come in, instead of landing in the right positions, they would guide their chute toward a haystack and lift up their feet to go in like, hey, this is bang, and it's solid. And a lot of guys got hurt. A lot of guys got hurt.
And you didn't?
I broke my foot.
Oh, on a haystack or just?
No, it was icy,
Uh-huh.
When I come down, it was icy. When we hit, I just landed wrong and broke my foot.
Boy, I bet that was cold coming down if it was icy.
Oh, yeah, it's cold, too. It's wintertime.
So did you have any close calls when you were over there? I mean, I know that it was Army of the Occupation, but
No, not really.
weren't you around Sapporo at one point?
Yeah. Right now, the Winter Olympics are held at Sapporo. But we were up there for a while. But back in them days, you always saved one car for the military. And that was one whole railroad car with only two of us in. So anyhow, a couple of times the train got shot at, but I wouldn't know about it. I never knew. That's
Did you ever chase a whole bunch of people off the train?
one time.
What was that?
Well, they weren't allowed to be in there.
Uh-huh.
When y'all come in, maybe they were in the wrong car or something, but I just told them, everybody get off. So they got off that car. It was very easy to do, you're not supposed to be in there, because you don't know who these people are,
Right.
And we had, my buddy and I both had guns. They'd had no guns. I mean, what's the worry? But anyhow, when they come in there and you can see one behind you sitting on the seat, one in front of you, and another one this side. You gotta get a little bit squeamish.
Yeah, right.
So I told them to get out, everybody out. So I chased them out. Well, if I'd have known now what I know, if I'd have known then what I know now, I would just let them be, because they were just plain people going to work or come from work or whatever they were doing. And the heck, I didn't know. It was just two of us corporals riding the train, and people packing up all around us, so what the heck can you do? It just got a little bit itchy.
Did you, you were in Sapporo, did you do any skiing?
Oh yeah, every day. Every day on the slopes.
Had you ever skied before then?
No, not really. Not that much. But, Sapporo was nice.
Didn't you say something once about the Emperor's dogs or something?
Oh yeah. When I went up there into Japan, they wanted the United States wanted a survey of how many people were communists or whatever. Okay, so an officer and I and another enlisted man and his officer, four of us made a team, and we would travel all through the northern end of Japan and check on communism. We'd go into a town, and before we got into that town, they were waiting for us. They were just, first of all, I was pretty tall, and my buddy was pretty tall. So My officer was, I can't remember his name anymore, but he was half decent tall. But the Japanese were smaller than that. So they would just wait. If we would ride between, we would walk. A lot of places we could ride, but we couldn't. In a lot of towns you had to walk. So if we're walking, say, just like on that road right there, we're walking from that end to this end, between rice fields. Those people come across with horses, they would drive the horses right down off the bank and into the rice fields. And all the people walking, they would walk off the road. Like, just let us go through like we were gods. Just, and this officer used to tell us, never look back, don't look back, don't look back. Because now they're trying to get themselves out of the ditches, you know.
Right.
Yeah, the horses are down there and try to work themselves out of there and push themselves.
So when did you see the dogs?
Well, this one town we went to, and this happened to be Emperor Hirohito's private hunter. He took us in, gave us a nice meal. We had chicken and I can't remember what else we had, potatoes, and, which is pretty hard to come by over there at that time. And so he showed us his dogs. They were called Akito dogs. Them dogs, he had like, I guess you could call it chicken wire around here, you know. And the wire was like about, I'd say a good 12 feet, 15 feet high. When I did see those dogs actually climbed up that wire. It was something, they just climbed up right up that wire. And he showed it, you know, he told us about it. He showed us all kind of pictures of him and Emperor Hirohito, and of the bear they got, and where they went, and you know, we spent a whole day with them. It's kind of nice. I mean, that's the most biggest dignitary I ever made. I mean, Emperor Hirohito's hunter.
Right. Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
For a kid from Bakerton, you know, what the heck?
I actually met the Emperor Hirohito's private hunter.
So at this time, Mom, you were at Miners Hospital.
Yeah, I was the one at hospital.
Yeah. I seem to recall Aunt Bertha talking about it was a real bad mine accident. And she was a nurse, right?
Right.
She was like pretty up in the ranks though, right?
Not
Yeah.
really, she always did private duty.
Probably,
Yeah, she never worked as a regular nurse.
Oh.
Always did private duty.
I seem to recall a story about you working when there was you doing a real good job when there was a bad mine accident or something. She told me this story, but I don't remember
Yeah, I
the
think,
particulars of it.
yeah, they probably brought in about maybe, 10, 15 men.
You do remember this?
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah. They brought them in, and it seemed to me everybody fell apart. Everybody went to the restroom to have a smoke or something, you know, just everybody seemed to fall apart. But I held together.
Did you?
I held together pretty good, yeah, and got them all straight. Now, most of them were discharged, but it was, you know, pretty hectic there for a little bit because, you know, you didn't have the, like I say, everybody seemed to not be doing their share. But something like that didn't happen
Right.
very often, you know.
Well, back then, it's like if somebody was in bad pain, what'd you give them?
Morphine, that was about all you ever used. Morphine, and then later on you got Demerol.
Uh-huh.
And,
That hasn't changed that.
No,
no,
it hasn't.
that's still what you get. Then afterwards you got the pain pills like Percodan and all those that you didn't need to get an injection.
Was there any particular doctors that you worked with that you liked or didn't like?
Yeah, I like Dr. Pease really well. And
That was our doctor, right?
Yeah.
Is he the one I took a swing at?
no, that
Yeah.
was Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin, that's right.
Yeah. Dr. Pease, Dr. John Allen Murray.
I remember these names.
There's two Earlys, brothers, Dr. Morton Early and Dr. Sam Early. and Dr. Barman. There weren't that many doctors there. And Dr. Sharbaugh, never liked Sharbaugh. He just gave me such a bad time all the time.
Hmm.
But anyhow,
Didn't you say you had somebody that you went to nursing school with somewhere is still? You have a friend that you went to nursing school with who's still somewhere? Philadelphia or?
well, I still know the ones I went to nursing school with.
Do you know where they are?
Yeah, most
Okay.
of them. Though my best friend though died. She was living in Texas, and she died all mine 10 years ago already. But
What was the first time you rode in a car?
my brother Reno had a car, so probably 36.
36. So how old would you have been?
36, I was probably in the 29. I was probably in the first, second grade.
Oh, that's not too
I
bad.
remember we had the flood of 36. The water came up and all. That was in springtime, March. March, I think, of 46.
How about you, Dad? When was the first time you rode in a car? You remember it?
We'll tell you the truth. I don't know.
What was the first car you ever owned?
Well, that was in about, oh, maybe 48.
What was it?
After you were in the Army,
That's what money on it.
you come out in 47.
That was 1 year later than I bought a car.
What was it?
Ford. When they weren't available, so at that time, the car come available, you bought it.
Uh-huh.
So,
I got a Ford in,
You had a Ford too? All right.
brand new
Brand new Ford.
Ford.
Uh,
I bought
I'd love
that
to know what you paid for it, if you can remember.
$800.
Woo-wee! And what did it look like? I mean, it wasn't like a Model T. It was more like a
Oh, it was a nice little car. It almost looked like the ones what you have now.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so like that one there. It's great.
Right.
You know, I bought that.
Have air conditioning?
No,
Power windows?
oh yeah.
it had tires. Came right with it.
How much was a gallon of gas?
Gracious, I can't remember.
18 cents.
18 cents.
Wow.
18 cents a gallon.
Huh.
I didn't even know how to drive a car when I bought that car. I bought the car, then
It was a clutch, I
My brother.
suppose, right?
Oh yeah.
I think, yeah.
That was clutch.
My brother Virgil taught me how to drive. And
I
he's
didn't
a
know how to
tough
drive
one.
either I never didn't know how to drive when I got the first car. I bought the car and just driving it from the garage home. Somebody had to be with me to show me how to drive it. I drove it from the garage home, you know.
That was probably part of the deal. The dealership probably says, "Oh, I'll help you get home."
Well, did you have to have a driver's license then?
Yeah, oh yeah. I drove it back then. Then I drove around with it naturally, you know, anywhere. Then you had to go get your driver's license. And I went up to,
Oh, okay, so the
That was
cars
right.
came before the license.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine did.
So when did you meet?
When did we meet?
What's,
Oh, we've been-
what's the story? Give us the scoop.
well, from grade school, I knew her. Man, I used to throw rocks at her.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
I was probably trying to hit Virginia, though.
Yeah. I guess the way we met was, the way I remember, Dad had a friend who was a friend of my dad's, Ettore Pulicante.
Ettore Pulicante. Gotta make sure they heard that one.
He lived in Bakerton. And anyway,
He used to call himself Spike.
Spike he used to call
Yes,
himself.
he always used to like to say, only one Spike in Bickerton.
But anyway, for some reason he was a friend of Dad's. He was older, like my dad, you know. But he was a friend. So anyway, he told him he had bought a bottle of wine or something, right?
Yeah.
And he was gonna bring that bottle of wine down to my dad so that he could meet my sister Mary.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, they came down. But I can't remember that too well.
You weren't there.
Oh, I wasn't there.
Yeah. We went in and we sat at the table, opened up a bottle of wine, whatever, how many drinks we had, I don't know. But you weren't there. So,
Was Mary there?
no, nobody was there.
Oh.
So then,
Thank goodness you brought the wine. It wasn't a total waste.
well, anyhow, we left. And after that, we went down again. And that time you were there. And
Well, I don't remember it that way at all. The way I remember it is,
I remember because I was drinking wine.
the way I remember is Bertha, my sister-in-law, who was his wife.
Uh-huh.
She was a nurse, and so she was always telling me that she had a brother-in-law that she would like to meet, you know, but her name was Classwick.
Uh-huh.
Well, I knew him
Right.
because his name was Gobers,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't know there
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't know there was a connection there. So anyway, she finally, I finally said, okay, I'll go out with him because I didn't really know who I was going out with. I kind of thought it was him, but then she kept saying Classwick, you know. So, but anyway, I said to her, if he gets a date for my girlfriend, so that the two of us go out with, then I'll go out with him. So anyway, then when he came, here was him when he came, and he had his friend Mike Missouri for my girlfriend.
I remember Mike
Mildred
Missouri.
Dallas.
Is he the one that had the big red car convertible?
Yeah, and he's still around. Now he has a big Cadillac.
Real old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Shines, look at the years heel.
Okay. Gonna have to cut that one. Tell Gretchen.
So anyway, we went out to the Evansburg Bets, and of course Mildred.
That was after the war.
Yeah, Mildred and I never drank, or actually we never even dated, and we went to the Evansburg Bets, and Dad and I were sitting on the one side of the booth, like, and Mildred and Mike were sitting on the other side of the booth. He was talking to her, not paying attention where he was pouring her cherry pop, and he poured it right on her lap. And so anyway, she all of a sudden she screams and she gets up and she's dusting herself off, and well, we decided to go home. So we went home. So anyway, then I think it was a long time after that. You came to the hospital to see Bruno Yuskavage, and you talked to me for a little while. And then I guess you must have called me up or something. I don't know if you again. I don't know. I can't.
Who was Bruno Yuskavage? I'm surprised you could pick these names out.
Bruno Yuskavage, he was a friend of Dad's who lived in Bakerton, who I knew all my life too. He was a patient at the hospital, and then Dad came out to see him. So I was working at the time, so before he left, he came out and said a few words to me. And in fact, it seems to me you asked me to go out with you that night. It was on a Saturday. And it seems to me that I did go out with you, but I can't really remember. So then we dated, but he dated everybody else. He's a real Casanova. He dated practically everybody in Bakerton.
We wanted to get it right.
She lies a lot.
Yeah, that's not,
That's her recollection. There were lots of other ones you wanted to date, never got a chance.
right.
Uh,
So anyway, we'd go out maybe for 3 months every Saturday, and then that'd be it. He wouldn't come around anymore. And then, about like 3 or 4 months later or something like that, happen to run into each other and go back out again for a couple of months, and then he'd not call again.
Gretchen, you get the next question. Because I can see you're very intrigued by this part of the discussion. The rest of it was sort of so-so. This is good. What's the next question?
Well, I have more to tell on that.
Okay, keep going, keep going.
So then,
You think, you got the next question.
I met this really nice man from Patton, and
From Patton. Nice man. I don't believe it.
Well, actually, it was Flanagan.
I don't know that I ever met a nice guy from that, but it's okay.
It's actually Flanagan. He was a friend of Paul Grishko. So anyway, went out with him pretty much then. And Bonnie got engaged to him. And then Dad perked up.
Oh, I see.
Then he come running.
Uh-huh. Well, he's always been that way. He hates to see somebody make a bad mistake.
So anyhow,
So this guy went on to become president, or what?
no, he was in the army. He went to the army right after. He was in Korea and that. And then I wrote to him for years. Like, and finally he come back, and first day back he gave me an engagement ring, but this time I was already back with him.
Uh-huh.
So I said, geez, I can't take that ring. He said, well, what am I going to tell my mother and my sisters and everybody? They all expect to. I said, well, ended up taking it.
He said, I got you through the war. That's all you can. You shouldn't expect anything more from me.
So then Dad called me up. Well, he came home. Jeff was his name. He came home on Friday night. Saturday night Friday night he came home on Friday, okay. Friday night I was out with you. Saturday night Jeff came in. That's when he gave me the ring. Sunday night Dad calls me, well, which one are you going out with? I said, I got engaged last night. What? So anyhow, that was the end of our romance for about, I don't know how long. And then finally, we ran into each other again. And, because he's in the Army, Jeff's in the Army. So Dad and I ran into each other again. So then he asked me out. Well, I can't go out because I'm engaged. Oh, what's the difference?
Way to go.
So anyway, I finally said yes. And so we went out, and one day he said, pack that ring up and send it back already. So I packed the ring up and sent it back. Never saw Jeff again for 37 years.
Is that right? And when you saw him,
When I saw him, he said, I still love you.
is that right?
Yeah.
She lies.
That's the guy.
In the meantime, he married a Japanese.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Huh.
So there you go. That's
You know
my
the next
story.
question?
Quite the story.
she answered my next question. I was going to say, when did he pop the question?
Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he never did. After
It's
I-
hereditary.
Runs in the family.
It's hereditary.
After I sent the ring back, then he said something like, you know what I'm going to ask you, don't you? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, will you? And I said, yeah. But I really, to this day, don't know what he was going to ask.
Right.
There's a phone right there with a step down.
So anyway, we decided, well, we'll go down and see the priest. So he come down, I was thinking, oh, God, I hope he says let's call this thing off. And he was saying, he said, let's go for a ride before we go see the priest. And he was saying, God, let's call this thing off. But we didn't.
Hmm. So when did you get married?
So there,
I know the date. I don't know the year.
53, 19.
We want this on the record too. It's Tank having some questions on Pigs in the Blanket.